Greetings, hello and welcome to PLAMonday. My name is Check and you're watching the Moe University live stream from the workshop. Another Monday, and of course, I'm here, I'm sitting and I'm building something. Hi Darbarak, welcome to the chat. I'm glad that you could made it. So yeah, how are you everyone? I have like chunk in my like stones in my pocket from the gardening. So yeah, I don't know how much I will be able to achieve today. Hi there, hello, welcome to the chat. Because yeah, I mean I want to at least like build the armor today to see how it fits and like prepare all the parts. But first, I want to give a little update on Emmer, as long as my hands are clean, at least as clean as they can be in days like this. But yeah, I washed them, and off stream I tried to finish this Emma bonus stuff so that I can maybe display her with the two little angel and devil figures on her shoulder, and I will attempt to do this today. So yeah, there is like figure posing involved, and I don't really like figure posing. So let's see how we are doing this. So for as a quick recall, let me just try to set up the cameras. So this here is Emma, if you recall, and the problem with this kit is that I broke the shoulder strap on the backpack. It's not really visible if you display it like this, but it's broken. I've tried to glue it, but then again, this is like a part that is really under stress when she is wearing the backpack. It's not a particularly fun piece to mount and to like play with, so I don't think I will fix it a second time. And I also don't think I will display her with the backpack, because I think the hole in the in her body, I mean, maybe if I can manage to pull this out, but this is also very how should I say it? It's very tight in there, so I'm not sure if I can do this. So let me show this to you. So yeah, that's the wrong one. Okay, so now I have this one here. Okay, so that's fine. So there is the plug. Yeah, I mean there is a hole in her like back and then there is a hole in the back of the back. So I will just try to dismount the head, and I need the arms as well for the second body. So I hope I can plug them out. Let's see what we can accomplish with her. So I will just no, it's not from 30-Minute Sisters. It's from the like Shoujo Seiyan something. I can show you the box. That's the box. It's Kotobukiya kit. It's from the Soso Shoujo Teian line. So it's like this shul girl after school club thing. There are a bunch of kids, like they all like belong to the same like girls' school and have certain activities and like hobbies and come together after school. And yeah, but it's like a 110 kit, so a bit larger than a Figma, and yeah, but it mixes well with the 30-Minute Sister line, I assume. So I cannot really, because if I want to pull this out, I will just break it, I'm afraid. That went in really tight, so I will just remove the backpack as carefully as I can do this. Come on, come on, come on. Like the pack length of those, and here it is broken. The pack length of those parts is like crazy stupid. Is it a Megami? So it's more similar to the frame arm, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's like a totally different design, but from a building perspective, I think you can compare it. But yeah, this pack is like almost like 7 millimeter, even longer, and this weighs nothing. I mean, this doesn't need to be that humongous. I don't know. Okay, so then I have a second body. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So a second skirt and a second body. And I think when there are instructions of her, yeah, it's a and you have to push it in all the way. So yeah. Okay, so this is the one where she like can twist her torso a bit. So I guess I will display this one. It's more dynamic. Of course, we could go with the chips thing that is displayed here, but it's once again this setup. How did they manage to do this? This is not the mounting situation you can do with those little figures. So yeah. I mean, and I'm always a fan of displaying my figures with as much equipment as possible, so that not so much is left behind in the box. But yeah, well, I will use this. So I guess I have to also pull this apart as well. Okay. Skirt comes off. So this is the legs. And is there a specific way of doing this? Because this feels a bit tight, but I guess it works. And then the twisted body comes on here. Okay. So now it's a bit twisted to the side. Then for these two pieces I don't have any. And here is the hole in the back that is now used for the stand, because this comes with a stand. I've just noticed that I have a. Can I use this? Should I use this instead? Like with a longer neck? No, doesn't look great. Or do I have it? Do I have to? No way. Is this another one? Okay, so this is another neck form. So I have to get this out here. Interesting. Can I plug this with the? No. Okay, can do it with my fingers. Maybe I have to change her face as well, so we will see about this. Because faces, I have now plenty of options, because I did a few custom faces. So I might can use those. Okay, so now we have the arms. And I also need some other hands as well. First, let's check for the arms. Okay. So I guess the interesting part is that she has a bunch of different hand options, and all of them come with separate packs. So I have like a dozen hands and also a dozen spare packs. That's nice. And now the stand. It's like a JoJo time. I painted this once again, and also like applied a little bit of top coat, so it's not so shiny anymore. But I used like the cheap finish top coat from the department store, from the hardware store, like a big can. And yeah, for the stand it's okay, it does the job, but you can clearly see that this is not the like Mr. Hobby quality. I mean, there is a reason that the can costs like $5 and a Mr. Hobby can is like not even a third of the size and costs like twice as much. So if you convert this into liters, it would be like 7, 8, 9, 10, as much as like cheap acrylic spray paint things. So yeah, but I figured like for the stand, why not? Because those little pieces are now a contraption that can be built to hold those two little angel. I mean, the two little angel and devil figures. I've spent quite some time to finish them. So, and they turned out quite nice for what it is. They turned out nice. Let me see. Why is this the same? Huh. Interesting. I have the same camera position here. This doesn't make sense. For some reason, something is acting up. Okay, so now those are the two little figures. For the angel and devil face. Maybe I can get this into focus. Let's try it. Where does the focus move? Now it goes into the right direction. There it is. Okay. That was too much. Okay. I guess that's the best I can do. Yeah. So the little devil and the little angel figure. Those are really tiny figures. I mean, they're like, this is my thumb in comparison. So yeah, that's really something. Okay. So for some reason I cannot switch the scenes today. I don't know why. Something is not working. I don't know what it is, but for some reason my scenes are acting up. It's interesting. So let me set this straight. So I guess we have to do it a little bit different today, and I have to look into this. So let me see if I can do this like this, and then I go like a workaround. Okay, so I don't know why the scenes are like acting up. I have to look into this. Okay, so now let me see if I can focus this as well. Okay, yeah, that's better. That's better. That is much better. Okay, so like this is the standard stand. Then there is like those silly little parts. And one of them must now be applied to here. Okay, so we need the long one. That's good. We need the long one. And we now need this to be at this height. And I hope I can still like change the direction of the ball joint, because yeah, it's stuck in there. It starts to move. Just have to set this straight. And also I cannot really put this up here because it's too tight. So I might have to widen this up a bit. It's still too much. I don't want to sand off this pole here. Otherwise it would like... Also the chat is like not really... Is it even like set into the right... Oh, okay, now I see it a bit better. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Oh, so let's try this again. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. This is far too... Or can I like just do it this way? I might be able to do it this way. Okay. Just put it a bit upward. That might be a good way to have her. Right, this is like too. Jesus Christ. What about this one? No, it has to be the long one, but this is far too thick now. So let's go with the brute force. Oh yeah, okay, there we are. Now it's a bit too much, but... Or is it? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's exactly what I need. So how is this set up correctly? Why isn't this not moving? Okay. This feels so awkward to pose, understand. Where is Mr. Kaze if I need him? Okay, and the idea is to have those two like antennas mount here. Once again, if the pack allows it. Okay. That's an interesting mounting solution, not gonna lie. They fully embrace this like plastic theme. Normally, like figure manufacturer would try to hide all these contraptions, make it transparent and whatnot, but no, they just went for it. Now we have like like this thing. Okay. Today I'm wearing a nice shirt for this. Like it's almost like figure presentation shirt, like the gray. Okay, so and then the Angel and Devil things that they have their own separate stands can now be put on those ball joints. Of course, they are like, they fit perfect because I thought I don't paint the ball joint. Okay. So now we have like some kind of a biblical accurate Emma. And then we might have to take another face. I've built those ones because but I'm not like really satisfied with them yet. So let me see if I can show them to you. I've did them off stream. But I'm not completely sold on the mouth. I will use another layer of paint on them. And also they are not top coated yet, so yeah. But I've enjoyed making those faces, to be honest. So like for some reason I really like the experience of like decals and stuff. I don't mind them. I know some people don't like decals or are afraid of them or just like hate them. But I don't like I don't mind the details. The background shot, yeah, it's the background shot. If I gain some weight, I can maybe fill out the entire screen. So, but I have those as well, like also extra faces for Emma. But those are like much too cute. So this one is the standard like more angry face, and then we have the distressed face. So I don't know. Maybe a distressed one would be like kind of fitting. It's one of the store faces. So let me see how this looks. Does this even like come off? Yeah. I mean, I cannot imagine that people are building those model kits and have them like painted and everything and play with them or like change them on a regular basis. I cannot like. I'm sure there are enough people who buy like 3 of those kits and have all the options displayed so that they don't have to change it. Especially if you live in an area where those kits basically cost nothing. So, and then the hands, because I also did the chips bag. It's this one. I finished the chips bag. Little potato chips bag with the details on the back. And also like painted it silver inside. I guess on the instructions it's just like painted yellow also inside, but I thought like chips pack is silver inside, so chicken rice and keratin will make you swell, yeah. Trust me, you don't want to know my diet for the last like couple months. It's really horrible. It's amazing that I'm still like functional and like that I'm still alive, basically. Oh, there are 2 more faces. All those Emma faces. Maybe I can sell them. So many Emma faces now. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are now 11 faces for a figure that can only just have 1. And there are so many more decals for eyes. So. Oh well. Okay, so for the hands, there is this Coke bottle. I also did the Coke bottle. I guess I will display her with the Coke bottle, because this one has a pack and a hand that is corresponding to it. Because what is the hand that holds it? Okay, she holds the chips back like this. Okay, that makes sense. So where is the hand that can hold an item? It has to be one with there is a hole inside the hand. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Because why should there be a pack then? Like a flat hand with a... This is really strange. There are instructions. Let me check the instructions. Okay. Yeah, there is one. But it's in the bonus stuff. So did I not like prepare them? There are still ones inside. So okay, so this bag is empty. No, there is nothing of value here. So it has to be somewhere here. So chips. So there is a Coke hand somewhere here. Here it is. Ha! Here is the Coke hand. I've lost weight from 135 to 88 in 5 months when I was working as a volunteer in a hospice. Oh, congratulations. I mean, 5 months, that's not a long period of time. I hope you can keep the weight. Okay. So this has to be the right one, because it fits in the hand, but and the hand also like widens if I put this in, so the hand is a little bit of like soft. So this, oh, there's another one. Maybe this one is better. I guess this one is the better one. Yeah, this one is the better one. I guess the other one is for the gaming controller. I might display her with the gaming controller, but the gaming controller is still not finished. I need to paint the buttons and the backside of this thing. I will attempt to paint the backside today. And then there is her tablet. That not even in the instructions is this like especially painted. I mean, the part on the back can be detailed, but this thing here is just white. So maybe I will display here with the stylus, because this is also the piece that is like most likely to go missing. So in one hand she holds the Coke bottle, and in the other one the stylus. And then later I will switch it to the game controller, which I guess makes more sense. So there is a hand that can hold the stylus. I guess it's this one. At least it looks like it would be able to hold the stylus. Yes. Okay. But this is the, yeah, it's the right one. Okay, and this is the left one. Okay, fine. Yeah, stress trauma lifting people larger than me that cannot move by itself. Huh. That's funny enough. I have a friend who is also like doing similar stuff. He is working, I guess, also in a hospice, and does some care for the elderly, and it's a pretty demanding job. I mean, he's young, and compared to his peers, especially like from the anime scene, he always had like a ton of money because it's a well-paying job. But to be honest, I would not change with him at any time. There are so many jobs that should be pay more, and regardless of the paycheck, I will not do them. I would say this piece hit the floor, but no. Okay, there it is. It just attacked me. It did not hit the floor. But okay, let's be real. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. They want to get away from me, so. I guess I will nip out all those joints, and I will separate. I will like put them together and store them in a bag with all the other parts. And once in a blue moon, I might change her appearance. But I also decided to have all the kits that I've built on the PLAMonday streams displayed down here in the workshop. I will just buy some nice flat like cabinets, like showcases, and I will put them there because that's the right size and the right space to put them, I decided. I've also like put up some plants here, and maybe I can also do some picture frames, because certain areas I want to like do a cabinet, but then I would like have a thing on the wall that would hinder me to use the space as intended. So it's a nice idea, but yeah. But yeah, like I said, there are so many jobs that I would not do even for the money that pays. Like teacher is one of them. There are always like people who are like talk bad about teachers, or just humor the idea to become one, because they always see the large amount of vacation or like school-free days that the kids have, and they assume that, yeah, of course the teachers also have then vacations. And yeah, but still I would not do this job. And I would not be able to do it. It's not just that I cannot see myself in this position. I also would not be able to work with like either children or to work with old people. I don't know. I'm glad that there are people out there who do this. It's always a bit amazing that, because I can only speak for myself and I only like can empathize with things that I like went through. So like, for example, and I guess that's the same in Germany as well. We have this system for firefighters, that firefighter is not a real job that you can do. I mean, it is in Vienna. They have something called the Berufsfeuerwehr. But here in the other like more countryside regions of Austria, it's a volunteer thing. You just like it's just like you go to you join a club or something, but instead of like playing an instrument or doing some like sports, you just fight fires when there is a need, and of course also, you know, do all the other stuff that the firefighters are called upon, like traffic collisions and rescuing people. And I mean, how often there is a fire, a really huge one? It's not so often, but still they have tons of work. And for some reason, it's not you, of course you get some benefits from it. You can, like, if you have regular work, and of course you do most of the time, then you can leave if there is a training or an emergency, of course. So yeah, but still, it's not like a thing that you greatly benefit from, monetarily speaking. So it's amazing that this system keeps going. Like, there are always people that are willing to do this. Apparently enough people willing to do this, so that this system stays afloat. So now all those things are pegs, so yay. That's why I called it like just chatting, because it's nothing really important is going on. So yeah, there's a lot of stress and mental exhaustion working as a teacher. I bet. I bet there is. Especially these days. I don't know if the conditions are getting worse over the years, but I assume it's one of those fields that I can see that it was better like 20-30 years ago. Normally you say this, oh, back then it was better and everything was better in the past, but I think like teaching children was a much easier job like 30 years ago. So yeah, I mean, another friend of mine worked as a was it like kindergarten, or was it? I guess it was. No, it was kindergarten. It has to be, because you don't need much of an education to be a kindergarten personnel. And I mean, if you are the right person, like you have a good understanding for small children, and you can, you know, communicate with them or relate to them, then it's not as bad as like teacher in a high school, I think, but still. Now different problems, and back then were different ones. Most people are just nostalgic, but not about the old times, but when they were still young. Yeah, but like I said, at school I think it was a bit more like relaxed back then, because first of all, the requirements to a teacher, like what is expected of a good teacher, changed rapidly in the past like decade or so. So that's one thing. So, and then of course you have like the stuff that the youth is a bit more like, I would say, worth than when I did go to school. There weren't many like things you could do, but now, I mean, there has to be a reason why so many countries and schools, for especially schools, are now banning smartphones in the class, or even the whole school. Because back then, when I was going to school, there was nothing. You could bring like a gaming console with you, like a Game Boy or something. You could like bring a digital camera, but nobody had them. If you had like a Game Boy Advanced or like DS or something, you were like the hero. And if you had like a digital camera that was like saving pictures on like floppy disks or like crude crude internal memory, you were like a real like special one, yeah. And now you have all this in your pocket, and everything is recorded. Everything is like gets out there in like group chats and stuff like that. So there is, I guess it's not really a nice environment to be in. Back when I was in school, we had like 20 kilometers up the mountains both. Yeah, that's right. No, I think that's still like reasonable. I think like when I went to school, there were people who got driven there by their parents, and it's still the same thing. Then one thing I also like hear a lot of times, and I can totally see this happening, is that you are a teacher at a school, and certain kids don't behave as they should, and okay, what can you do? You can scold them. Of course, you can't like really discipline them. Like obviously, you can't hit them or like harm them in any way. So what is there to do? You can give them like bad grades, but then again, I don't know if this is still possible, because the grade is like corresponding to the actual test or to the topic. So when I was in school, there was still something like a grade for behaving, like overall. And if you give a bad grade, or if you call the parents, when I was a kid and a teacher said, okay, your son is acting up, it's like a clown, is making crazy things, it doesn't pay attention, whatever. They would say, oh, that's interesting, we will have a talk with our son, and then I will get, you know, get some disciplinary things, like get grounded or whatnot. And nowadays, the blame always shifts to the teacher, even from the parents. So I used to want to be a kindergarten teacher. A lot of my family and mom's side are teachers, but I realized over time it's not really for me. Yeah, that's important, that you like are not pressured into a certain field only because your peers, like your family or your friends, are doing this. Even if it's like a family tradition to be a certain job or a certain occupation. I had old NDS back in high school with R4 called playing Advanced Wars with friends, up to 4 players, 1 console, turn-based game. Yeah, Advanced Wars, I know this game. I played it also, played it a ton, because Advanced Wars was the only like Wars title that we got, isn't it? Like back then, it was Advanced Wars. It's called Advanced Wars because it was on the Game Boy Advanced system, but there were like similar games in Japan before this console. So, and Cooking Mama, oh, I've never played Cooking Mama. This was when Cooking Mama was a thing. I long switched to PSP or Vita, so never played those games. Over time, I'm actually glad those different careers path for myself. Seeing my family feel fulfilled in that kind of work isn't the same as doing it. Yeah. I mean, it's always difficult to not follow the footsteps of your parents, especially if they have like a business that they want to pass on to you. But if it's just like a normal job, I see no problem in doing so. To find your own way. GBA was easy the best one. GBA was earlier, but the first one was on NES Famicom. Yep. Good old Famicom. The what was it? The Game Boy Advanced SP. Such a good console. Such a great piece of tech. Even back, I mean, especially back then, it was amazing. Okay. But you could like fold it back and carry it around, and outside it looked horrible, but inside it always looked nice. But yeah. But now we have some interesting topics. I wasn't able to implement the wheel now. I did some test runs over the weekend, and I think I really managed to set this up in the way I wanted to have it, so that the audience can spin the wheel from time to time. Yeah, as soon as I can test it once again, I will implement it here in the workshop, because that's the thing. I'm testing the things down in my office upstairs, and if it works, I have to implement it here in the workshop on the PC as well. So, and since it most often requires to install some third-party tools and extensions, yeah, it might take a while to set it up. Early Nintendo DS could play the GBA games, and that was super. Oh, I really feels like talking with a friend from the same timeline. Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is, I never had a huge library for all of my systems, so I wasn't even the backwards compatible. The backwards compatibility, yeah, like so that you can play all the games on your new system wasn't really a huge selling point to me. But yeah. Okay, so now all the joints are I could use those as chips as well, so some like novelty chip shape. Pegos. And now it's the fun part to put them together. And of course I have to look out that I only do the 2 different parts for each pack. Back then were early R4 cards that could play ROM downloads from the internet. Huh. I don't know about that. I was really late to the internet. Can't recall when we got internet at home, but it was relatively late. I still live with my parents, so it had to be like, let's see, when I attended my first conventions, I guess we already had it, but was it like 2002, 2003, something around that. So I never like experienced the real bad internet days with the dial-up and with like basic web browsing. So when I entered, YouTube was already there. Like Facebook was almost there, I think. Like forums were there, of course. Yeah, I've heard of that you can like resto mod your older consoles. I also saw that some of them are converting the power source to USB-C. So taking your older home console and just installing a USB-C port, so that you can get rid of the the power supply brick. And since the older consoles did not consume so much watt or voltage or whatnot, it hit the floor, and I guess it disappeared somewhere over there. Shoot. Okay, I will circle back to this. I still have some of them. I'm sure we'll find it. Even if it got behind the drawer, I will find it. So yeah. So in the first like really early internet days, my first exposure to the internet, I had to went to my mom's office, and she of course had internet for work, and so I was able to like browse certain like anime sites and was able to download some internet some pictures from the internet. So yeah. And we could have the internet much earlier, but my father was against it, because he, not against the internet as a thing, but he wanted to wait, because back then there was like the rumor, and I guess you can do this, but I never looked into it. But he worked for an electricity company, so for a service provider. And there were like those rumors that you would be able, someday you would be able to get internet from every outlet in your house, from your normal like electricity outlet. You just plug in a device and then you have internet. And of course, my dad didn't want to have like all the cables, the LAN cables, running around the house to each room, and so we waited. But we soon realized that this was like vaporware back then, and so at some point he caved in, and we got like a normal modem, and we used like those terrible cards that you put in the PC. Not even in the PC, there was like a slot, because back then you had like tower PCs with like tons of drives in it, or at least you could install a ton of drives. And one of them was just an empty slot where you put in a little like card. It was like basically the size of like a credit card, a bit bigger, and it was like a wireless thing for Wi-Fi. But of course it was enormously slow, so not cannot be compared to today's Wi-Fi. But then again, back then on the internet you couldn't do much, so it was okay. I had a Commodore in 1959, first PC in 1906 and modem in 1988. My father is an IT worker. So yeah, my father was like not an IT person, but for some reason we always had like the most advanced tech, like the most advanced personal PCs, like up to the mid 90s or early 2000s. Then of course it like, you know, he lost interest a bit, or he wasn't as tech savvy anymore. And nowadays, his PC that he is like still using and constantly using is getting older and older and older. And if you tell him to get a new PC, yeah, he don't want to. It's like a real boomer PC now, with like tons of like software and malware and like totally messed up desktop. And yeah, if something breaks, he can repair it, or he can like reinstall it, so he's not lost. But it takes him like weeks to if he decided to wipe the PC completely, it will take like days and weeks until he installs everything again. So yeah. But back then we really had like advanced tech. There was like, we had like always the most high-end PC for what it was worth then. We had like this, there was like ADI connection, and there was SDI connection, like the fast one. It was almost as powerful as USB 1 back then. We were like one of the first like people, I mean, I guess one of the first people who had like a home scanner, digital camera, like CD, ROM, zip drive, just drive, all the things, CD burner, 3D graphic card, sound cards, everything. Like, it was more like a hobby. And back then it was a hobby. You were like, of course you could play some games or you could use some software, but everything felt like a hobby. Nowadays it's either like, it feels like entertainment, like playing video games or watch some stuff, or it feels like work, so you're being productive. So you have your Photoshop and you have your video editing software, but those aren't feeling like a hobby anymore. It's like feeling, it's like a tool to be productive. Back then you had like a Corel Draw, but no one was really using it. It was like just a trophy to have it. I remember when my friends were saying that this is stupid to have 20 gigabyte hard drives, as you will never make it full. yeah. That's something that nobody is saying anymore, isn't it? I mean, this was always the argument whenever an enormous storage leap was taken. So when we came from a megabyte to 100 megabyte to a gigabyte to a terabyte, every time I heard like, oh, that's plenty of storage, or you will never use it, or something like that. But somehow nobody's saying this anymore, isn't it? Even like normal consumer are opting for more storage. So if there is a phone with like an internal storage of like half a terabyte, and then there's one with a terabyte, most people will say, okay, I get them the bigger hard drive because maybe I use it. And I think hard drive space in general is one of the things that got bigger over time, like in numbers, but not so much in like actual usability. I mean, you could have like 5 video games on your PC in the 90s, and if you have like a normal sized hard drive today, you also have 5 video games on the hard drive. of course, they are huge, but the number is the same. Oh, 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 oh. Ah, so small. So small, those parts. Oh my god. At least this one just fell on the ground and not flew away, so that's a plus thing. No. Internet is just a fad, nobody will use it in 2-3 years. Yeah, that will be interesting with AI. Will it be? Because people are saying like the same thing now. Maybe not that it's a fad, but it's like a bubble and it will eventually burst and like scale back a ton. So it'll be interesting to see if history repeats itself or if it just rhymes. Watching movies on computer, but why? If you have TV. Oh my god, there was like another thing we had that almost nobody used and nobody had. We had in almost all of our PCs, at least the ones that were able to to run it, we had like TV cards in our PC. Like this is like a TV tuner from, there was like this one brand that made them, like Hauptauge. So a card that you put in your PC and then you like go straight in with the cable, and then you could like watch real TV on your PC. In like a terrible resolution, of course, because back then every television program was still optimized for like small TVs and like not flat screens, but like CRT displays with like terrible frame rates, with terrible hertz, with terrible resolution. So if you watch this on a, even back then on a somehow competent display, it looked terrible. But yeah, you've got like television on your PC. And then of course you were also able to like record that said television directly into your PC. They are building another AI center. Yeah, I heard of that. That we are now getting into the pleasure of having AI data centers in like Central Europe. Last year, therefore, I don't know, try summer. It will now even work. I don't know. I don't know if one data center makes a huge difference, but yeah. I think that this summer will be a very challenging one in terms of weather and heat. Simply because it's just foresight, or it's just like based on data. Last year was okay. So this year, I mean, chances are high that it is hotter than the average. So if you would say that a cold summer is winning a jackpot, then the chances to get this jackpot are slim. So we always prepare for the worst. Why is this not coming together? It's the last one. And of course I have two minus parts and no plus ones anymore. So there is one that got away. Maybe this is a plus one, but then there would still be one missing, so no, it's another one, the third one that they're finished, destroying a giant old factory site. As big as a small... A factory site as big as a small town? Wow. Now maybe they're building one here as well. I've heard something, but... Would be interesting to check this out. I mean, I guess we are the only country in the world that has a finished built nuclear power plant that never got in on the grid, never was used, but it was like finished. It's like building a house and furnish it and have it like key ready and never like live in there. I mean, it's still like operational as a museum today, but yeah, still a bit crazy if you think about it. Okay, so now I have this hand that already has a fixed peg, so that's okay. So mount the Coke bottle. That was something I wanted to do, wasn't it? To have this in her hand, doing like a little shrug pose. If that is, I guess that's not possible because of the fixed peg, so I just have to do it like this way. And then the one peg for this hand. And this. Okay, and then the head. Guess I have to do them side. On this side here. Okay. I don't know if this is like a good thing to have. The chips thing cannot go into her hands, can it? Not without like some sort of adhesive, sadly. There are a couple of hands that would like be the perfect fit, but maybe the gaming controller. So even if it's not finished yet, let me check how this will look. What hand to use? What hand to use? The one with where the index finger is a bit like stretched out. This one, it has to be this one. No. Let's see. Is it in the right one? No. This one? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. But I need it from the other side. Oh. How would someone hold the controller? Like so, huh? Yes, okay. So let's Try to get the arm back in. At least I was able to mount the angel and devil figure on the right side for the good and for the bad choice. I have to channel my inner Oki now, so that I can pose those figures correctly. Yeah, I guess that's somewhat accurate. So then I still have to complete the gaming controller. Okay, so oh, it even focus. There is even an autofocus. Isn't that nice? So this is how it looks with the angel and devil parts attached. It's having your own train line and Wasserkraftwerk on Main River. Huh. Huh. Train line. Huh. Yeah, I mean... So... I can do this, but it doesn't really amount to much. So yeah, I guess I will display her something like this. So yeah, this is like Emma with the upgraded parts. Guess I have to finish the gamepad. What are the colors for the gamepad? There was some green, but I did not order. It was like a green. Who has a green, like what's it called? Directional pad. D-pad. Green and red. Oh well. So the faces, I have to still color those. Try to get them a bit nicer. This orange one works surprisingly well. It's like transparent orange. And then I tried it with some like real pink, but now it's like too cartoonishly pink. So is it this one? No, has to be another one in this vicinity. Or is it this one? I guess it's this one. No, that's far too orange. What did I use? Everything's a blur. No, this does not look right. I really have to... Oh, okay, here it is. It's so orange. So do you play any games now? It's a trick question, isn't it? Let me see if these scenes are still not working. So that's strange. I also have to change the font. Don't know what I was thinking when I did this. Probably nothing. Here, so right now, no. Like obviously I don't play games right now, but also like in my spare time, no. I even sold all my consoles. Not that I had many, but when I moved I even sold my Switch, my old one, because I figured I don't use it anymore. And since it was a limited or like a special edition, I thought why not just give it to someone else who can enjoy it. And yeah, I mean, sometimes there is a game that interests me, and if it's a short one or like an arcade style game, I might check it out. But other than that, I simply don't have time for that. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but like with most things, I'm afraid that I will enjoy it too much and that I will just sink too many hours into something like this. So for example, there is my coworker who apparently is a real big gamer. And now there was apparently there was a new Diablo 4 expansion pack released. I dropped out of Diablo 4 right after the release. I followed a bit of the drama, but then I dropped out of the news. And he like played it for the whole weekend, so yeah. This is something I could never like justify. Even in my youth, when I was really into PC games, I managed to only like play like 3 or 4 hours max. First of all, because my parents wouldn't let me like play any longer. But even as an adult, when I had like my own apartment and when I had my own like time management, I rarely sit down for longer than like 3 or 4 hours and play a video game. But this, I guess, like I can binge watch some TV shows, but other than that, I cannot like do stuff like all the time. Also reading. I mean, there are people who say, okay, I will read this book, and I've read this book in over the weekend, like a couple hundred pages. I would never be able to do this, even if it interests me, or if it brings me joy. I don't have the stamina for something like that. Okay, so this now looks a bit better. Not so artificial pink, more like a real mouth would look like. And if I spray paint this, it would look even nicer. But yesterday I've ordered some fresh top coat and some metallic colors like black, gray, bluish, metallic for the Lancer. And I've ordered them, and this was like, you have to order them basically from some German hobby store. You cannot order them via Amazon. You cannot. Interestingly enough, the spray cans you cannot order from Mr. Hobby in Europe. The colors you can, but the spray paints not. So it's a bit of a shame. So you basically have to buy them from like mom and pop stores in Germany, because in Austria we don't have such a thing, especially with like shipping. And so you have like those like classic shipping payment solutions. Of course, they offered like credit card or PayPal, but normally you would assume if you order something and pay via PayPal or via credit card that it's like basically free. But those smaller shops, they still charge you with a certain amount if you like pay with third-party providers. And so they also have like two classic wire transfer, what would be expected to have something. No, not fantasyworld.de. No, it was like just like model hobby blah. Yeah. And they also like offered payment on invoice. What was like to like new customers, and you so rarely see this these days, that you can just order it and then you will get an invoice and you just have to pay it within like 7 days. It's like a huge amount of like trust. I would never offer this if I would have like a web shop. I guess I would just swallow the costs of PayPal or like a Stripe or like Shopify or whatnot. So yeah. Okay, so those are now painted, and those are like the hand parts. I can put them all together in a bag, or maybe I will just put them together with the joints. How about that, huh? So a few parts less I can lose. Some of them already have like fixed pegs, but most of them have classic ball joints. So that's a nice thing. Apropos ball joints, today I was very happy that I was able to do this, because over the weekend we had our 1st of May festivities around the community, and of course most of the villages put up those like May trees, like basically just a big stick with a pine tree on top and some like ribbons. And of course they have like a whole celebration. Most of it is like drinking and like listening to music and maybe hearing some socialist propaganda. Our town is putting up a May tree that is like really pretty. I mean, as far as those go, you cannot find a prettier one in the near vicinity. And I wanted to do a picture with my doll, but sadly on Saturday I had no time. And on Sunday I was planning to do this, but there was so much wind that it was not feasible to do it. And today I was able to do it in the early morning, because there was no wind like there so often is in the early morning. It's relatively quiet, both in terms of wind and also in terms of people. So I went to the park and I was able to do the photo, and then I went to work, because I need the photo for tomorrow. I might even stay up after the stream and edit the picture. It's not much to do, but I will still edit it and maybe post it to catch the Japan or the Eastern time zone, so that they are still awake. Ooh, quite the vintage options. Yeah. Okay, good night. So see you next Friday. Oh yeah, next Friday I will cancel the stream because I have to attend a family dinner, because my dad has his birthday around this time, and so we might go to a restaurant at the evening. So yeah, there will be no full time next Friday. Yeah. So, but Monday might the colors might be here on Monday, so we might can work on the model kit and not do some intermittent stuff here. So yeah, but yeah, thank you so much for dropping by, and have a nice sleep, get some rest, and we will see each other again. Some of them are stick out a bit. So this is a neck, this is a hand. I guess I have also not as many hands as I have like pegs, so in the end everything works out. So I have like 2 spares, 2 that are not complete. One I might be able to complete. So there are a couple spares. That is a good thing. That's a good thing to have. So we did 1 hour for Emma, and we'll now do 1 hour for the Lancer, and then I might go to edit the photo. So I have to get those out of the runner if I want to use them eventually. Having those like small Figma sized face plates always reminds me of our video that we did like almost like 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when we did like our comedy skit series at German conventions, and there was like a Figma thing involved, and basically the gag was that he should like get into a better mood or something, or like change his facial expression, and he said, okay, then I will just keep the cute one for later. And then of course he was referring to the figure face and not his like personal expression. So of course it made more sense in German, but basically it's the old figure joke, you know. You can do quite some wordplay with figures. Of course, the classic one would be to say you're bringing home 6 figures each month, or you have a 6-figure salary. Then of course in German the word figure is like the same as like body type, like body shape. So you can also do some like body shaming related jokes in terms of figures. Yeah. So okay, so those are the self-made ones. Those are the official ones. Together with those. So I will just pack them separately in little pouches so that they don't get like scratched or damaged or like. So this one is like garbage. Then we have the destroyed bag. I'm so like sad that the bag got damaged. Because I think the weathering and the paint job on it turned out really nice, but yeah. Then we have those like stands for the little angel and devil figures. I will not paint those. It's like silly. Then we have like extra stands. Then we have this gaming console and smartphone and tablet. The chips bag, of course. So there are a few things. I guess I will just put them in here, and I will store them away off stream. So that all the parts are together. Decals, I might have to come up with a storage solution as well. You will never know when you need some decals. Okay, there are some small parts in here, the ribbon parts. Also great pieces to miss and lost. So okay, all the faces come in here as well. So sad that I have so many Emma faces, but it's now for a model kit, which changing them is a bit more bit more of a hassle than with a Figma would be. Okay, so I guess I will do a short break, get this everything cleaned up here, and set up the Lancer, and then we can do some Lancer stuff. Or maybe I will just paint the gamepad from the back side as well. Yeah, I will do this before I go into break, because the back side still needs some paint. This is why I have the black one here. Emma, can I look her into the camera? Like, right in front. What's this? A speck of dust. It's inside the color. Okay. So yeah. So let's paint this black. Easiest thing there is, just paint it black. Are those shoulder buttons? No, this is just a piece of plastic. So yeah, there will be no PLAMonday, no full time next Friday. This might give me some time to set up the talking point wheel, and also to get some basics done on the base, so that we can jump straight into some productive streams. You also have to consider that I'm still working on the garden. Today, for example, we bought another like 500 kilo of stone, like of gravel, that we now have to spread on a like flower like surface, like, what is it called, like a thing where flowers bloom, like. Some field, some flower field. Okay, so let's set her over here, and I will just take a short break and come back with the Lancer kit. So see you in a minute. Maybe I find the pack that got missing, so I will report on that. So let's do a short break, okay? Bye. Hello, hello. Ah, I can switch my scenes again. Wow, the break really did some wonders here. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, yes. Okay, fine. Of course, I also guess I did not change the break screen what I'm working on. So I've did the animation, but I never switched it out. This is why I don't have so much time to prepare for the streams right now. I guess it's really showing. So here is my boy. Look what they did to my boy with the cables for the LEDs. So, and now we have to rugged toughen it up, do some armor so that he will eventually look more menacing. Once again, there are a few runners that are already empty because those are only for the body parts. This one has hands on it. This one has still parts in it. This one is empty, so we get this over here. And also found the pack. Here it is. Here it is. Here. Or here. You can see it now. So I found it. It's a positive one, so that's a good thing. So I will now attempt to press this together. Yeah. So now I have one more for Emma. There are still parts in here. Then of course we have the lance and the shield. Those are major parts. This is empty. And then we have a few like major armor parts here. So okay. Fine. So where does this start? Chop change. Accuracy to the original design results in some parts with extremely sharp tips. Use care when assembling to avoid injury. Yeah, sure. I mean, silhouette, complete assembly. Okay, we've already done this. So, job change, armor cross, complete assembly. Okay. Ooh, I see. Oh no, I see something. Oh shit. Oh no. There is this one part on both legs, like this yellow disc. This one here. Oh, that's really bright yellow in the camera. It's more like a normal yellow, not like bright yellow. But this has a pack here so that you can mount certain armor parts. Quite a few of them. And of course, you could change this on the model, but I cannot because of the cables. Or can I? No, I can't. I really can't, because even if I can pull this off, it still is inside the cable. So I had to like remove all this. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Fine. If I have to do this, I have to put it apart eventually, the whole thing. Then I will just like do this after I get the paint, and I will sand it. and I will paint it. And then I will put it together. So it's really would be important to read the whole instructions before you start with such a thing. I mean, the head thing is clear. You just stick on some parts. That's a given. That's okay. The back part as well. Then you can change those parts. That's not too okay. So we will try how much armor we can mount without like putting this whole thing apart. Okay, and we will prepare all the parts, and once I will receive the paint, I will have to put this apart completely, and I will start from scratch. It's almost like you don't put LEDs in your kits. Okay, so let's start with the heads. We have to remove this part here. Again, this would be great for part separator, which I don't own. And I also don't have like fingernails. Oh. This didn't hit the floor, did it? I did not hear it, that it hit the floor. Where is it? It jumped away. It's so funny. Oh my god. Where is it? Oh wait, okay. It totally hit the floor. It totally hit the floor. See, I'm not cheating here. So it's the third piece already, yeah? Even if I don't like do much. Okay, so we have now put this apart. Then we just the arms I can just, you know, the arms are not modified, so this is like totally okay to do this. Then we put apart this and this. Okay. But the legs and the hip and torso, that's a whole other story. The head, I can just let the head as it is. And let's see, we need like H parts. Is it like, it's this, okay. So there we have it, there we have our Lancer parts, 14 and 13. Those are like the big mask parts. So let's cut them out. I really wasn't expecting that you have to like put it apart to change or to just put on the armor set. But when I built the next 30-minute fantasy kit, I know what to do. So in some way I am also learning. By the way, is the microphone still on? Okay, it is. Yay. I have to change the batteries eventually. Like for next stream, I guess. I don't want to risk to lose the battery power midstream. Okay. So this goes on the back side of the helmet. Without any major issues. And this is the front part. So that's very straightforward, I would say. Okay. Now we have, it's only just these two parts. I guess. Okay. Then we have like a neck thing, age 16. That one. They're fairly huge parts, I gotta say. Oh, it's interesting. For how small the actual frame is, those parts are huge. Okay, and this one goes on the back. But where? Okay, I've just noticed that the yellow piece is also missing. It was always missing? Really? I mean, I thought that this has to go somewhere, somewhen, but it was... No. No. Cannot not use a yellow part. I mean, hello? It's one of the most essential parts of this build. The yellow parts. It's like the same color scheme as my cheap knife here. It's like yellow and black. Okay, can I just put this in without dismounting the head? I have high hopes that this is possible. Gotta have high hopes. A bit awkward to set this in. I guess it's... Okay, yeah, okay. At least this works without modifying it. Ah, so this looks way better. And now that part goes on... I guess... okay, I just have to like do this back part first. So there is this huge back plate. Yes, huge back plate that has all the necessary mounting points. Just one pack? Really? Okay. Oh well. So this can be like twisted? Okay. It's interesting. And now this goes around the head and attaches to here, and then on the front part as well. Okay, I see. So it's like a little spiky collar. That's fine. So then we need some yellow parts, like, oh, those are 2 parts. 17. No, it's just one. No. Okay, I just stick them together. So we need in total of 4. We need a total of 4. There are 8 of them. Don't know exactly why, but maybe we need them on some other points. Ah, yeah, okay, we need them here as well, so fine. Sometimes I do wonder if it's necessary to gate those parts so much. If this is really like a must. There's a small part like this has like 3 gates on it, and I think it's a bit overblown, to be honest. Build 2 sets, okay. So we're building some kind of contraption that can swivel around. Okay, so now, and those go onto the back plate, like so, I think. If I look at it from the front, it's like the back part. If I'm looking from the back, they should look face outwards, like so. Okay. So let's do this way, and then we have the front plate. It does look a bit better, but still, compared to the box art, I mean, there's just one shiny piece of plastic. So without any detailing and like, what is it called? Panel lining won't do shit on this kit because it's all black. So what do you want to panel line? I mean, you have some gray parts here, but the black parts, panel lining, not so much. Huh? So we have to give it like a more polished finish by doing some metal paint job and some weathering effects. For something like this, I wished the parts weren't in the like essential color. Just have them like gray and you paint it like a normal model kit. Because if we start from black, it is of course cumbersome to okay. I don't think I have this connected the right way, but doesn't matter because I have to put it apart next week, so yeah. Okay, now we have the torso that also gets some, what's this? What is this? Arms? No, it's like this part and the torso, the crotch, the wings. Okay. I guess I can modify the torso as well. Doesn't really amount to much. Don't have to put this apart. The hips. Do we need this front plate like this? This shoots, lenten shoots, and this part here as well. Okay. So basically all of them. Another empty one. I mean, those are nice pieces, without a doubt, but I wonder how hard it will be to paint them, since they're all in this pitch black. And then I need those yellow parts again. Still don't know exactly what they are used for, but I guess we will see eventually. Maybe these are just mounting points for additional accessories, so then it would look a bit incomplete. Ah, man, oh man, oh man. Guess I should like drink some tea. It's already empty. Nobody refills my teacup. Very sad. Very sad. It's black tea. It's also hot then, so I can't drink it now. Might also be one of the last streams where I drink some tea, because it got really hot recently. Even in the cellar here, we have in the basement, we have like 4 degrees more than we used to in the winter months. So it's still relatively chill, but not as chill as it could be. Oh, excuse me. I was a bit like tired. And I guess I will have to edit the picture that I took today still. from my doll so that I can post it tomorrow. Because tomorrow is the last day of Golden Week in Japan, and it is related to the Golden Week. So let's have this posted. Okay, so now how does this work? like so? No. Huh? I don't get it. Okay, let's put this in front. We can do this. And then just okay. This looks a bit silly. I guess it's on the back side. Makes more sense on the back side, to be honest. Because otherwise this would look ugly. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's better. So it's just wrapping around. And in the front we have the front plate. Okay. So it's a bit, it's a loosey-goosey armor. Loosey-goosey armor. So what else can we do without demounting the kit? Let's focus on the arms. So there are those like scales on the arms, the shoulder pads. I guess I can do those as well. It's just so this is the shield and the lance. I don't need this. Those are hands. There are like funny parts here. Those are the things I need. At least I guess. No, that's another thing. That is for the legs. This is what I need. Okay. So 17 and 16. Okay, so those two parts. I just should put them together without anything else. So I have like scales. And that's again, that's a fine piece. And I need a second one. Flew away, but it did not fall to the ground. They have even some details on the inside, so I assume you will see this at some point. But this is not... doesn't fit together well, okay. And where does this belong? This like shoulder caps. Move while avoiding the part. Okay. Sure. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. Where does this go? Okay, on those like... I see what we are doing. I totally see what we are doing. Okay, that makes sense now. It's like a... Okay, yeah, I can see this. That's an interesting solution to this quick chop change. To have like the shoulders that like can swivel like from behind. It's almost like I would describe it as a transformer in some way. So on the arms I can switch out those yellow parts without a problem because they are not wired, but the legs are. This is because I want to I have to take this apart. So yeah. Okay, the arms, those are the bigger ones for both arms. I mean, of course, we could also display only the silhouette, but what's the fun in that? The smaller ones as well. Those are the nasty parts. We will need them next week on PLAMonday, when I maybe have the talking point wheel installed. I might even come up with another drink. I'm still torn if I should like drink like liquor on stream. Not because of the like I mean, I have to look into if I even can do this, like drink alcohol on stream. Is it allowed? Is it a bad thing to do? Also because if I do this on a regular basis, I don't know if this is healthy. Would be of course expensive. Might be fun to watch. But then again, with my diet, this does not change a bit, I think. The booth might be the healthiest thing that I consume these days. So we have the shoulder things that come here. Okay. And we change those as well. Test. Ah. See, that was what I thought, that I had to change the batteries next stream. So this is like the perfect time to call it quits. So LEDs still function. I would have been very disappointed if this doesn't work. I have to take it apart at some point. Yeah, the only manga that I'm currently was reading was the Kurumi manga, like the FX Senshi Kurumi manga. I've read it like fan scanulations to the final, like the last chapter that was released, and now I have to like wait like 2 or 3 months for the next chapter. And to be honest, I've never done this. Like, this is such a silly way to consume media, to wait like 1 month, 2 months, like up to indefinitely to get like. Normally you would like have like a tankobon, like a the mangas that we buy in Germany, where it's just like several chapters together for one like thing, for one book, and still those like felt quite short to read. But to wait like 2 months on the average for like 10 to 15 pages to be released, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. So yeah, I've read it to where it is now. I've seen where the story is going and might go. So I will just wait for the anime that might release this year somewhen. And yeah, but yeah, not a huge manga person. So yeah, thank you. I hope I will. And yeah, like Friday I won't be able to stream, and so the next planned schedule is on Monday for PLAMonday, where I have to take this apart again and might start to color it when the colors arrive. Let's hope the post office doesn't mess it up. Like the coffee, I had to wait like almost 2 weeks to get my coffee. That was strange, but well. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for joining the stream, and I will see you again next Monday, when I might have a little bit more time to be prepared. So bye bye.